Presented by Church Tech U, it's the ProPresenter show. On today's show, the new way that slide background colors work in ProPresenter 7.11 and newer. Hi and welcome again to the ProPresenter show. This is the show where I teach you all about ProPresenter. My name's Paul Allen Clifford. And before we get started, why don't you join the other 10,000 plus people that have subscribed and clicked on the little bell icon for this channel. So, in ProPresenter 7.11, I'm actually recording this tutorial much later than I did the other ProPresenter 7.11 tutorials. And that's because I noticed something a little bit later. And I also started hearing questions about it from people that were beta testers like me. So I thought that I'd tell you a little bit about it and tell you why, if you have a problem where suddenly you've got a background color that's covering up stuff that you didn't expect it to cover up, this is why. So let's head over to my computer and we'll take a look. So here we are in 7.11, which, as I say, is still beta, so it could be that there's some things that aren't totally finalized yet, but so we're here. Let's start by finding a presentation. So maybe go here. Yeah. Okay, I'll go into this one right here, and I'm going to right click and select Edit Slide here. So here we are. I've got the text left justified, etc. First thing that you probably should do is, let me hide myself here, is you want to make sure that this grid icon is selected. So it should be blue like it is here. And the reason why will become apparent here in just a second. So first thing, I haven't clicked on anything anywhere. Presentation here is still available. If I click on this background, this will make the background of the slide white. But it didn't do that. And why is it? Because I have already clicked the checkbox for background on this slide in particular. So let me uncheck that, and now you see the white background. So let me go back over here and uncheck this, and now we see that grid pattern, which indicates that this is a transparent background there. So if instead I had left it off, well, that's a solid kind of dark gray. I might not notice if the slide had the black background if I was expecting it to have a gray background. But that's going to cause a problem for us here in just a second. So let me, just so it's obvious, I'm going to, well, first off, let me uncheck that. Put the grid pattern back up just so that it's obvious. And now I'm going to apply this white background to the entire presentation, all the slides in this particular song. Now let's go back here to show. Click on that, okay. And notice right here, I've got it. It would be better if I were to show you just my regular preview here. And I show that to you, and look, it's just white. Why is it just white? Well, it's just white because I had white text on a dark background. And now in 7.11, it's the case that this this color is on the slides layer. In 7.10.4 and earlier versions of ProPresenter 7 and ProPresenter 6, when you added a background color using one of those two checkboxes in the editor, the background color wouldn't be on the slides layer. No, the background color would be underneath the video input layer. So just for the sake of clarity, let's take a look at that real quick. So first off, I'm going to clear out the slides layer by using the clear slide button, and let's put just a background up here. Okay, so that's a moving background from our friends at Church Motion Graphics. So that's moving, you know, it's a subtle background with organic shapes of different blues. So, you know, very nice. And as soon as I click on a slide, in this case, for, oh yeah, because this particular slide has the individual slide background enabled, we can right click and edit slide and go to the slide tab, and you see that this background overrides the presentation level background, which is still enabled. So if I uncheck that background, now it goes back to white. So going back into show mode by clicking on the show button here at the top, when I click on that again, it's just white. This one still has the individual slide selected, but notice both of those, whether it's on the presentation itself or on an individual slide, it's covering up this. And that may not be what you're expecting to see. So if the background looks like it doesn't have anything on it because it's black, that could be what's going on. And by the way, this covers up this layer. It also covers up the live video layer. So let me select my FaceTime camera, covers that up. And let's go into screens and configure screens real quick. And I'm going to enable the screen color, which is green, just to show that it covers up all of those. So if I first off clear the slide, we should see the background video that I had running. We do, okay. If I clear the background, then you'll see the camera on my laptop over at my desk. And you do see, there I am. You can see my hand waving there. And if I clear that, I should see green, and I do. So this is now on the slides layer, the presentation layer, I think it's technically called. Both, whether it's a presentation-wide color or if it's on just individual slides, it will cover those up. The old way it used to add it is it would add it immediately above the color layer here, and then underneath the video input layer and underneath the media layer. So if I had, let's see here, right here. If I had that layer, then it would be underneath that layer as well. So they have changed it. One thing that's important for you to know, because actually when you think about it, it kind of does make sense that the background color on the slides layer would be on the slides layer. It wouldn't show up 2 layers below. So that's why they did that. But some people, if they had a background that wasn't quite filling, they would use that feature to fill the background. So that is kind of something that's different. Also, if we go back here, if I change one of these videos, so this is a background, right click, here, let me hide myself here, right click, and if we go to behavior, it's set as a background, and when I click on this slide, it covers it up completely. If instead I right click and I change the behavior to foreground, and then I click on it again, it will override that. Now when I click back here, we find that there is no media right here because a foreground acts kind of like a slide. So I can drag it up here, right here. So it's got the foreground icon here. And so that won't cover it up. But what happens if I right click and select Edit Slide? And then for this particular one, I go to the presentation. Remember white is still selected on the presentation level. And I'll go ahead and select black for the background. And let's go back here and let's click on that same thing. You might expect that either black or white is going to override it, but it doesn't. And that's because this is set as a foreground. And the point of a slide that has a foreground piece of media linked to it is the media itself. So that's another gotcha that you've got to be aware of, is that if you have a video or an image that is a foreground, it will ignore these. If you have and actually with that still up, let me clear the media and see, it's not there at all. This is the background color. So on this slide, since it's got a foreground linked to it, then and only then does it ignore both the presentation wide color and slide specific colors. So that is something else that you've got to keep in mind. That's something that's changed between beta versions. So it's a good thing that I hadn't made this tutorial, because this had been something that they had changed, and it hadn't shown up in earlier betas. So that is what the slide background and presentation background colors do in ProPresenter 7.1. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter 7 Quick Start course. I said ProPresenter 7.1, ProPresenter 7.11. If you like this content, you'd probably like my ProPresenter 7 Quick Start course. So head on over to TDM.fyi/7 and quick. Just like that. And you can add the your name and email address, and then I'll send you a login for free. Until next time, this is Paul Allen Clifford from TrinityDigitalMedia.com and ChurchTechU.com, reminding you to go out and change eternity.